go into channel. Let's kind of look and give a little bit of an update on what's going on. Just space. Remember, I'll be back live Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. So right now, Bitcoin is obviously breaking to the downside, and that is not a good sign for the bulls. So where can we expect Bitcoin to go next? Well, as Bitcoin cannot get back above the weekly support or resistance now at $65,500, we can expect more downside. And yes, there's smaller supports on the smaller time frames, but on the large time frame, 60,000 is the next massive weekly support. The downside. We have a little bit of support at $63,100, $63,200 area, but overall, I'm looking for more to downside. Like, obviously, 60,000 is support because that's a psychological level. If you lose 63,200, we'll call it, 60,000 is going to be the next stop. You might have a very little bit of smaller support at 62.4 as well, but like the weekly support or resistance is 60,000, 65,500. And then you have extremely strong support on the weekly time frame as well at that $53,650 level. So that's kind of what we got going on right now for Bitcoin. Now, if we just look at the weekly chart has more upside to go, right? But the 3-day time frame is already overbought, making lower highs. Not a good sign. So right now, it's not looking super good for Bitcoin. And this bull pennant that we had forming is kind of failing us right now. We also just, I believe, actually, we have not made a lower low. Technically, the bull pennant is still valid as long as we hold 60,000, but obviously, if we don't get back above 65,500, I'm looking for 60,000 to be the next stop for Bitcoin. So this bull pennant is kind of in danger right now of failing us to the downside, and we desperately need it to go up. The weekly time frame, again, has upside, but if you go down to the 3-day time frame, that's overbought and lower high, and now it's quite obvious to me, at least, that you have this uptrend or this downsloping resistance line that keeps making lower highs. And as far as I'm concerned, this is also making lower lows. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, Bitcoin is not in a good situation. This is kind of the channel you have right now. So I thought this was a bull pennant. But if you make a lower low below this $53,000 level, that's extremely bearish. So if you don't hold 60,000, 53,500 is the next stop for Bitcoin. Again, the 2-day time frame has a lot more downside. The daily time frame is oversold, but the 3-day time frame could really push Bitcoin to the downside, especially if you make lower lows. And the next lower low, like I said, would be $60,000 on Bitcoin. So that's kind of a nutshell. If Bitcoin is bearish, the entire market is bearish. And Bitcoin just lost the 21-day moving average on the 8-hour time frame. Usually when that happens, you go to the 200. You already did that. The next time frame, I have the 12-hour. And if you're leaning on the 12-hour, we're looking to the 21. So then the next stop would be the 200 on the 12-hour, which is, I believe it's actually right there. So then I would just go to the daily. If you lose a 21-day moving average on the daily time frame, then you can expect to go to the 200. And right now, the 200 on the daily is $61,146. So that's what I'm expecting on Bitcoin, unless you get back above 65,500. So really, my next target, after all that, $60,000 and then 53,600. Hopefully, we don't go that low, but obviously, if we hit 53,600, we're going to probably make a lower low, or we can make a double bottom. But right now, that's what we got cooking on the table. So I'm more bearish than bullish short term. My next targets are 60,000 and then 53.6. And if you get back to 65,500, then I can be looking for more upside, back to about 67,683. So that's what I got. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll be live Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe, have a great week, and happy August, because it's almost August.